All right, hey everybody, welcome to Down Home Backyard Gardening. Now, if you're growing squash, cucumbers, melons, and you keep getting results like this, instead of results like this, there is a simple way to fix that, and it's just hand pollinating. So if you don't know how to do that, sit back, relax, and let's learn and let's grow. Okay, so the very first thing you need to know is which plants need to be pollinated by hand and which plants don't. Are tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. Those plants do not need to be hand pollinated because their flowers have both the male and the female part of the plant inside the same flower. So to basically hand pollinate those plants, you literally just have to take the flower, blow in it just enough to make the pollen that's on the male side of the flower go over to the female side. Or even in a windy condition, the flowers flopping around and moving around can actually pollinate them. So those plants do not need any help being pollinated at all via the method I'm about to show you for cucumber, squash, zucchini, melons. Those kind of plants need a different type of pollination, and that's what I'm about to show you right now. So, okay, right here I have zucchini and butternut squash growing. Now, right off the bat, what you need to know is there are male and there are female flowers. And let me give you an example. So like right here, that bumblebee is inside a male flower. And the way you know it's a male flower, so right here is a male flower. You see it comes up, it's just a long stem and then the flower. Now a female flower looks like that. There's the stem, there's the fruit, and then there's the flower. Look inside the female flower. You can see that the inside of the flower looks totally different than the inside of the male flower. What we're going to do is we're going to take the pollen from the male flower, go ahead and coat that inside of the female flower with that pollen. How are we going to do this? Now, it's really simple. You could either use a paintbrush, which I've seen done a lot, and I used it last year, or you can use Q-tips. Now for me, this year I'm using Q-tips because you can get a lot of pollen inside the cotton on a Q-tip, which will then kind of hold the pollen in, and then when you're moving it to the female flower, it transfers it easier, in my opinion. Just my opinion. If you all do it a different way, hey, whatever works. But the important thing is finding what's comfortable for you to do this. And hand pollinating does not take long at all. You're going to take your Q-tip, and you can see when you open the flower of the male flower, there's just this piece right here. So you can totally see what you're looking for when you look inside the male flower right here. It's all right here. Okay, as you can see right there, that is all pollen. So we're going to go ahead and move this off this Q-tip and put it over there in the female flower to make sure it's pollinated. Imagine this is still on your plant, right? The flower of whatever vegetable that you are trying to pollinate. What you're going to do is, as you can see, the inside of this plant, this flower, looks totally different than the male flower. You're going to take the pollen that you have on your Q-tip or on your paintbrush, and we're just going to move it in here around the inside of this flower right here, making sure to coat all of these as best you can with that pollen. But hey, that's all there is to it. Once that part is done, then you just sit back, relax, wait, and harvest when the vegetable is ready. So I wanted to show you all a side-by-side comparison. This one was the male flower. As you can see, the stem goes right to the flower. This one was the female flower again, and it was attached to the fruit that then attached to the vine. And as you can see, if you look in there, these two flowers look completely different on the inside. And that will be the exact same for all plants that have male and female flowers that are separate. All right, everyone, so that's it. That's how you hand pollinate vegetables that have both the male and a female flower. It's very simple. It's not time consuming at all, and I actually kind of enjoy it because then you get good yields, especially on vegetables that are kind of finicky like squash and melons, cucumbers. It just takes 10-15 minutes of your time to recognize, hey, I got a bunch of flowers, they need to get pollinated. Come out, do it really quick, and then like I said a few minutes ago, just sit back, relax, and then harvest. And Who doesn't like to harvest, right? Alright everyone, so that's the video. I hope you learned something. I hope I've shown you how easy it is to hand pollinate vegetables. There's nothing really hard about it other than you just have to dedicate that extra little bit of time and love to your garden, to your vegetables. And for me, when I spend all the time that I spend out here gardening and planting and amending and fertilizing, I want yields. I want fruit to grow. I want vegetables to grow. I want to be able to have something to harvest. So I think the most important thing that I'm trying to put out right now is spend that extra little bit of time doing something that, yes, Mother Nature should do, but sometimes Mother Nature's busy. Bees don't always come over and do their thing. It happens. But if you want the biggest yields you can get, take this extra step, go the extra little mile, and I promise you're going to be very, very happy. Okay, so before I let you go, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. Click the little icon in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. Hit that bell so you're always notified. Check out the social media sites that I'm putting up right now. And then if you are in the market for good quality gardening sleeves, gardening apparel, go over to farmersdefense.com. Right now in October, they have a special line of sleeves, which I'm putting up right here, that 10% of the sale of those sleeves to go back to the fight against breast cancer. Also at checkout, type in Backyard 10, save you some more money. So everyone, until next time, hey, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your continued support, and continue to shine bright and harvest hard. Bye. Okay, so keeping this completely real, when I went to start filming me pollinating this flower, it actually was already done and it fell off just by me touching it. So we're gonna roll with this. It still doesn't change how you pollinate the inside of the flower. It's just that one, that zucchini was already pollinated and I didn't know it. But we're gonna go ahead and take care of this right here, keeping it real. You know, it's a male flower, and look at that, now there's a honeybee. Now the way that you know it's a male flower, without me getting stung, good grief, guy. Okay, now that honeybee's going in there to do the same thing. Now the honeybee got a lot further in. I mean, look at that. He's way, way in there.